Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into an incredibly powerful allegory about the true value of time and how we actually choose to spend our days. We all know time is important, right? But how often do we really stop and measure its true worth?
So can you put a price tag on time? It sounds like a super simple question, but as we'll see in the source material today, the answer to this fundamentally changes how we approach our entire lives. It's not just about money, it's about the currency of life itself.
Part 1. A father's worry and the problem of wasted days.
Our story today kicks off in a small village, focusing on a father who is, well, pretty worried about his son. This young guy didn't exactly have a stellar track record. He never worked, he had this completely careless attitude, and honestly, he just wandered around the village all day long, achieving absolutely nothing. Seeing all these days completely wasted, his dad decides it's time to step in and teach him a serious life lesson.
But the dad doesn't start with a lecture. Instead, he makes a really simple request. He tells him, "Son, there is a watch kept inside the cupboard. Bring it to me." He's just asking the boy to go grab a completely ordinary, everyday watch.
Moving on to Section 2, the material test, valuing physical objects.
To set a baseline here, the father gives his son two very specific instructions. First, take the watch down to the village market. And second, ask everyone you meet how much they think it's worth. He's basically sending him out to get some grassroots appraisals from the local villagers.
What the boy finds out at the market is actually kind of fascinating. One person says the watch is worth 500 rupees, another bumps it up to 800, someone else says 1,000. It just goes to show that material things have this subjective but still very quantifiable worth. People can instantly attach a number to a physical object.
So the boy heads home, a little confused, and reports to his dad that everyone gave a totally different price and literally no one agreed completely. People offered all these varied amounts, but there was absolutely zero consensus on the watch's monetary value. Hearing this, the father just smiles and tells his son to put the watch away for the night.
Which brings us to Section 3, the impossible question, the intangible test.
The very next morning, the dad sets up phase 2. He says, now go to the market again. This time, don't ask the price of the watch. Ask people the price of the time inside this watch. He sends this utterly confused kid back into the market with a bizarre new parameter. I mean, imagine someone asking you to price the time inside an object instead of the object itself.
Well, as you can probably guess, the reactions were drastically different this time around. People looked at him weirdly. They laughed right in his face. They told him to get lost and called it a foolish question. Because society so often fails to value the invisible, the boy is met with absolute mockery. He ends up feeling incredibly embarrassed and just defeated.
Section 4, the watchmaker's wisdom and the big revelation.
Feeling completely crushed by how the village reacted, the boy finally stops at a tiny shop where an old watchmaker is busy doing some repairs. The kind old man stops his work, looks at the boy with a smile, and actually understands exactly what he's trying to ask. He delivers this profound truth. Son, you cannot put a price on time. You can give millions of rupees, but you cannot buy back even 1 second of your life.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dual nature of time, just as the watchmaker breaks it down for him. There is bad news and there is good news. The bad news? Time passes. You literally can't stop it. But the good news is that you get to choose exactly how to spend it. It's inevitably slipping away, sure, but you have the ultimate power to direct where it goes.
Section 5, the ultimate equalizer, the 24-hour rule.
This brings us to a concept that completely shatters the boy's previous worldview. 24. This exact number of hours represents the great equalizer for every single human on Earth. No matter who you are or where you're from, this is the exact budget you are handed every single morning.
When you really break it down, wealth simply doesn't matter here. The rich, with all their financial resources, get exactly 24 hours. The poor, who lack that wealth, also get exactly 24 hours. The true difference? The only metric that actually separates anyone is how they choose to use those hours. Success and fulfillment are dictated entirely by how that daily allowance gets utilized.
With his eyes finally wide open to this stunning reality, the boy heads home. He tells his proud father everything that happened, and a remarkable transformation takes place. He stopped wasting his days wandering. He started working hard. He began using his time wisely. He finally truly understood the real value of every single moment. That careless lifestyle we saw at the beginning, completely gone.
To summarize the core philosophy of our explainer today, we can look at this one profound takeaway. Time is free for everyone, but it is priceless. You cannot keep it, but you can spend it. Once it's gone, as that wise watchmaker explained, you can never, ever get it back. You can't buy it, but you are forced to spend it.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to challenge how you approach your own day right now. How will you spend your 24 hours today? Because the clock is ticking, and those hours belong to you. Choose wisely.